All right. Everyone look over here. Listen, please. Now, I got to put on my coach's hat. All right? You know why? What? All right. Because we're in the fourth quarter. All right? How many of y'all are seniors? All right. So, if you do nothing for the rest of the year, you're not going to pass, and you're not going to graduate, okay? So I want y'all to graduate. So as your coach, who's trying to get you across the finish line, you know? Some of us are suffering from the itis. You know what the itis is? The senioritis. Some of us suffer from junioritis and sophomoritis and in general, life-itis. I don't know what to call it. But anyways, as your coach, all right, I'm here to coach you and encourage you and cheer you on to victory, okay? So it's the fourth quarter. We're down by 3, but we can win. We just got to do our part, be successful, right? Some of us may not have passed the third 9 weeks. I'm going to talk to you and let you know what your goal is to pass the fourth 9 weeks and to get it to pass for the semester. You get credits by semester, okay? So again, I want to, as your coach, your math coach, help you be successful. So we want to, like it says here, have a plan to pass for the semester or the whole year, yes? Okay? We want to finish strong, with strong emojis. All right? It is the fourth quarter, fourth 9 weeks. So please, everybody, have a plan, okay? Success doesn't happen by accident. You got to have a plan. Cool? That's my soapbox. Again, it is the last 9 weeks. All right. Head off. Now Mr. Gonzalez again. Let's do this warm-up. Now, this is an easy warm-up. And it feeds into our assignment today, which is pretty, in my opinion, also kind of easy, which is going to feed into what we're doing tomorrow, which is factoring, which might be a tiny bit challenging, but this is going to be part of it when you're solving a quadratic, okay? So, here we go. On number 1, okay, it's a one-step equation. If I want to solve this for x, how do I get rid of the minus 5? What do I do to solve for x? What do I do to get rid of the minus 5? So what is the opposite of minus 5? What? Okay, plus 5 on both sides. On the left, we cancel it out. And what is 0 plus 5? What is 0 plus 5? Some one person. Anybody? 0 plus 5. Thank you. Now, you should write this down too. Unless you already did. Did you? You should write it down. All right, number 2. I'm solving a 2-step equation. Which one am I going to get rid of first, the 2 or the 8? The 8 is a loner. Very good. Okay, you get rid of a plus 8 by doing the opposite. So we put minus 8. What is 0 minus 8? Negative 8. Now, last step. I got a 2 in front of that x. I'm trying to solve for x. I know 2 and x are being multiplied, so the opposite is to divide. Thank you. So divide by 2 on both sides. Negative 8 divided by 2 should give you negative 4. I got people telling me it's 4. Okay, don't forget negative signs go with the number. If you divide it by a positive, it remains negative. Now, don't forget what we just did, which is, again, old news, stuff you should know how to do. Solving equations, 1- and 2-step equations, right? Okay. Take that information with you, guys. Make sure your name is on your warm-up sheet. You don't forget it. Friday. Yes, no problem. All right. So I put it on here, so let's look at number, I'm going to do number 1 and 2 with you on this worksheet, okay? If you look at it, it doesn't look exactly like what we did on the warm-up. It has 2 parentheses, sometimes just 1 parentheses, but they're all equal to 0, right? Does everyone see that? So these are equal 0, equal 0. So look closely. This is the new stuff. So everyone look up here for like 2 problems so you know what to do for 3 through 10, right? Okay. When you have 2 parentheses equal to 0, what you do is you set each parentheses equal to 0. So since this has 2 parentheses, it's going to give me 2 different equations equal to 0. And then you just solve them. Okay. So here's what I mean. First parentheses, write that down. 5a plus 2. And the equal 0, you write that next to it. 5a plus 2 equals 0, okay? And then you do the same thing with the other parentheses. So over here, a plus 5 equals 0. Do you see that each one equals 0? Okay? Those are your 2 equations. Can you solve both of those equations just like the warm-up we just did? Hopefully. Okay? So 5a plus 2 equals 0. I get rid of this loner 2 first. The opposite of plus 2 is minus 2. 0 minus 2 is negative 2. And just like number 2 on our warm-up, to get rid of this 5 in front that's being multiplied, we must divide. So divide by 5, divide by 5. Now, if you try to type this in your calculator, it's not going to reduce. Negative 2 over 5 is the reduced form, so you can just write negative 2 over 5. Negative 2 over 5 is what I meant to say earlier. My bad. Negative 2 over 5, or if you press Control-Enter, negative 0.4 is fine. Okay, but that's it. Now let's do the other one. A plus 5 equals 0. Let's get rid of that loner 5. Minus 5. Minus 5. 0 minus 5 is negative 5. Okay, so do you see how this is 2 parentheses, 2 equations equal to 0, solve them both, you get 2 answers, okay? That's it. Okay, you could write your answer in a bracket with both separated by a comma. Okay, either way. This and that. Okay. Negative 5, my bad. Okay, now how is number 2 different? There's only 1 parenthesis. Now it says squared. I hope everyone knows squared means times itself. So literally this would be the same parentheses twice. Okay? Now if you have the same parentheses twice, it's not going to give you a different equation. So let me tell you this. If you see 1 parentheses, then you're going to have 1 answer with 1 equation. Okay? So let's go ahead and write this down. P minus 5 equals 0. Okay, you're kind of forgetting the squared, and you're just going to solve that. And just like before, to get rid of the loner, minus 5, we do the opposite. So plus 5, plus 5. And then P equals 0 plus 5, which is 5. Okay. Okay, so that's how you do these 2 types of problems. If there's 2 parentheses, you got 2 equations with 2 answers. If you have 1 parentheses, you have 1 equation with 1 answer. That's how you solve factored quadratic functions. Okay? So I'm going to let you work on those. You're going to do 3 through 10 because we obviously just did 1 and 2 together. You can work on that, turn it in. Cool. All right, I'm going to let y'all work.